Hey guys, what it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Drama Life Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice. Helping, girl, because you got to hold your breath for justice. To see justice before all face to black is his your girl Cadillac. Anyways, guys, I'm coming through today, October the 28th. 2025. So tonight I had a different idea. Actually, it's an idea that I had been wanting to do for a while. And I said, why not just go after it instead of, I'm a perfectionist and I want to plan it out and all that stuff. Girl, let's just get, try it. And if it comes out good, it comes out good. If it don't, it don't. Then I can scrap it. So this is a versus. This is Prison Wife Life in 2002 when I first became a prison wife versus 2025 where I currently am at in my prison wife life journey. That is a span of 23 years and some odd months. I actually could do one starting at 2001, but that was when he was in county jail. So I kind of, over all my stories, and my stories are not in any kind of chronological order. And by it being so much time that I have been a prison wife, it's kind of, unless something triggers a memory, sometimes it's kind of hard to remember everything, right? But I'm going to do my best to fill in some of the blanks. That's why when my husband was closed, I said I was going to like do story times about visitations and things like that because the memory is fresher in your mind than when you're trying to sit and think back. Because some got to think back a little bit further than others, girl. Okay, prison wife life in 2002. I was 20, going on 21, right? Well, in 2002, my husband was wrongfully convicted in April 10th, I believe it was. And I cannot remember, but it was in June when they sent them off to prison because you really don't know when they're going to get sent off to prison. So I know I had my birthday because my birthday is June the 5th. So that's when I turned 21. And I believe between my birthday and our daughter's birthday, which is June 22nd, my husband was sent off to prison in 2002. So I was 21 years old. Current day in 2025, I am 44 years old. I am a couple of months older than Marcello. So June, July, August, September, October. I'm 4 months older than Marcello. So he's 44 at this moment too, because his birthday just passed earlier this month, which is October the 2nd, National Wrongful Conviction Day. So that's the age difference from when I started this prison wife life in 2002. I was 20 going on 21. And now present day in 2025, I am how about to say 20? Girl, I'm 44, girl. So let's go into employment. In 2002, well, the first part of 2002, I was working at KFC. Girl, there are some great memories of me, Marcello, at KFC. Oh, I used to bring home the chicken bucket. the 16-piece chicken buckets, and we would pack them buckets full. It had biscuits on the top, and we had them strawberry cream cheese pies. Girl, I loved KFC. And that was around the time Kaya came out with that My Neck, My Back. I did not like that song at all because that is not my style. Because I'm not, I don't like nasty type stuff. But Marcello made me like that song. So I would be around KFC, we'd be in the back playing music and stuff. And that was, it was just a very nice time. Now, my coworkers did know Marcello at that time because he was free. He would come pick me up from work. He would be like, Kitty, you got them strawberry cream cheese pies or the Dutch apple pies and stuff like that. And we had chicken for days. We had a daughter. She was like, well, at that time, he was out on bond. So she was from 2 months to 9 months old. He was out on bond. So he was looking for work, but didn't quite find it until it was almost time for trial. So that was what life was set up in 2002. Now, once Marcello was wrongfully incarcerated, like wrongfully convicted, I no longer could send our daughter to daycare. She was going to a daycare that was, yeah, she didn't get to go back until I got 4C. But I didn't qualify for 4C until she was 3 years old. So from 9 months when my husband was wrongfully incarcerated to 3 years old, I literally could not I couldn't afford daycare. So our daughter could not go to daycare. So I had to figure out how I was going to take care of her, be a full-time worker to provide for her and myself. And in my mind at that time, I thought I was going to get a lawyer so that all this could be straightened out and we can be back, together as a family. So I really thought I was kind of holding in there until, things kind of work out. Girl, fast forward. It never worked out. It never worked out, girl. So I ended up, I worked at Walmart. I had to find an overnight job. But this is how I got the overnight job. My manager from Walmart came into KFC and he said, I'll pay all y'all better if y'all just come on over there to Walmart. And only me and my homegirl went and we got hired. Did not know that I was going to stay at that super center for 11 years. Like I don't jump job to job to job like that. So I started working overnight. So the later half of, I got hired. When did I get hired for Walmart? Oh my gosh. I really can't remember what month that was. Hold on. I would like to say it was around May or something. Because I don't think that I turned 21 yet. I still believe I was 20. So that would mean it would be before my birthday. But the first half, no, but Marcello was already sent off. I don't know when I started Walmart, but it was somewhere in between there. So I started working overnight. I had a several-month-old daughter. And that is my employment during 2002 when I first became a prison wife. Fast forward 2025, my employment, I am a restaurant employee at a theme park. Right? What growth? But there's some reasons why, because at this age and at this far in my life, I really thought things were going to turn out different. Now, I'm I would be content with my theme park job, except for I'm an artist. And I don't know if I can be content not using now I use my interpersonal skills at my current job, but as far as all my art, my creativity, and my passion, I utilize none of those skills. So those are some great skills that are dormant within my job. Now, I also am a content creator that focus in on wrongful convictions, um, somewhat touch on prison life, not much, criminal justice reform, and prison reform. Now, that is who I really like to think I am, an advocate for criminal justice, prison reform, and wrongful convictions. Though that is not what's paying my bills, that is who I believe to be, right? Though I am a restaurant employee, in my heart of hearts, I'm an advocate for change. 2002, one of my favorite artists. So music was quite different in 2002 when my husband went off to his prison sentence. It's kind of a long stint. He has 40 years. Well, at first his release date when he was first sentenced was 2042. That could be a versus. And current day, his release date is April of 2038. So you can see a little bit of time got knocked off, but not much. But the music that was out, oh my gosh, Ashanti. Ashanti is like one of the highlights of the if you had to have a um soundtrack of your life, of my prison life back then, I would say Happy, when like that was when me and Marcello first were together, and oh my gosh, that song made me feel so good, and it made me think of Marcello. Now, if we go back to 2001 when he first got arrested, I'm going to tell you Alicia Keys Fallen. Oh my goodness. That video, that song, all of that, that was literally our lives written down on paper. And then Woman's Worth, that came out around the time that Marcello was released from 33rd. I was able to get him a bond miraculously. Y'all know that story time. That was a miracle. And he was out on house arrest. So during that time where Miss Alicia Keys, y'all seen the video, she was braiding the guy's hair, her little boyfriend or husband or whatever. And I was doing the same thing. Marcello had dreads. When he went into jail, we cut his dreads. Dang. Yeah, while he was in jail, I don't think they made him cut his dreads. When he got out, I cut them off. And then I would braid his hair. And back then, I think I was one of the first ones that tried to reattach dreads because he wanted them back in his hair because we had done cut them off, and he kind of regretted it, and we tried to attach them back. But now people do that for real. So Ashanti and Alicia Keys, I'm gonna say those are the two, like, with the most songs that just remind me so much of that time of traveling up and down the road to visitation, to the facilities, and just everything that was happening in my life. That is just the soundtrack. And now there's another one. What's that? Oh, the first song. What was the one with Ja Rule where he was in jail? Dang. Is it I Wanna Be Your Chick? Only for the rule, baby. I'll ride for you. Is it that one or is it the one with Charlie Baltimore? Because I think he was in jail with Charlie Baltimore, but I can't remember the lyrics to that one. But there was so many songs that just reminded me so much of that era. So now let's go into 2025. Well, let's see what song reminds me of Marcello because I don't even listen to music like that no more. And you know what's crazy? We don't even have a song now. Oh, 2002. I forgot. 2001, 2002, Love. Love was our song, Music Soul Child. Soul Child, I'm sorry. But 2025, I'm still trying to think what would be our song. We don't have no songs that we like at this moment. Music now to me just ain't doing what it used to do. Like it don't touch my soul, my heart, and especially now fast forward learning so much that I've learned about the music industry that it is. And you know your girl was trying to be a rapper and I pursued a rap career later down the line because I was trying to get money to be able to get that lawyer to get my husband free. And, you know, so I can't even say we have a song right now. I don't even have a favorite song at this moment, to be honest with you. 2002, when I first became a prison wife, due to my husband's conviction, wrongful conviction, I had to drop out of college. I was in college for something called commercial art. That's crazy. That reminds me of good times when when JJ wanted to be a commercial artist. Like they don't even call it that no more. But I had to drop out because I not only couldn't afford it, but I also had no daycare, so I could not go to school. So I dropped out of college. I got a rap, I'm a plug right there. In the year 2002, my fiance got a raw deal. Now his release 2K42. Too much stress on me. I dropped out of college. Now I'm working his dead end job. And nothing I seem to accomplish all my hopes and dreams. They gone down the drain. Seems the only thing going now is this music thing. It's now or never. Either I'm gonna sink or I'm gonna swim. It's like I've been held underwater too long. And now for here I'm gasping. Nothing happens. For no type of reason. All this that I've been through to strengthen me. Now it's my season. Here's your girl Cadillac. Prison wife life 2025. I am currently not in school. Girl. Girl. School is that's a whole nother level. I graduated. So I told y'all I dropped out in 2002 or 3. Right. And then that's when I went to hair school. I think it really was 2003 because I enrolled in hair school. Well, in 2020, 2016, I went back to college. There was no longer no commercial art, but I went for graphic design and I graduated in year 2020 during the shutdown, girl, which made me fail, which pushed me to graduating in August of 2020, which means my ceremony was not my drive-by ceremony, wasn't until 2021, May of 2021. 2020 threw me off my rocker. It thwarted my plans and it made me kind of go back to my theme park job, which now I kind of feel stuck because I'm trying to work and I'm trying to build my business now that only exists in my head, my freelance business. So I don't know. I've had blackouts where I say I'm gonna go back to college, and then I'm like, no, I would never. because I still haven't been able to utilize my degrees. So I don't know if I want to just keep accumulating schooling and not being able to do what I went to school for. So I several times cosmetologist and could not become actually stay in the field of cosmetology, and now I'm a graphic designer and web designer and having trouble trying to actually get my footing in the industry. One, because from 2002 to 2025, somewhere along that line, I became disabled. So in 2002, when I became a prison wife, I was not disabled. I didn't have the carpal tunnel. I wasn't legally blind. I had none of the ailments that I have now. So fast forward to 2025, I'm disabled, losing my eyesight, and things are health wise are a lot different. Like even I had my scare the beginning of this year where I ended up in ketoacidosis and almost was up out of here. My blood sugar went from being pre-diabetic. It was the ketoacidosis though. It wasn't natural. But the ketoacidosis threw me from a pre-diabetic to off the charts past 14 on my A1C, diabetic, almost going to bed for good. So I did not have those. I didn't have any of the, I had no health issues when I first became a prison wife in 2002. And now in 2025, I have several disabilities. I don't think that my husband, Marcello, I don't think he sees me as being disabled. I think he still sees me as the girl he knew in 2002 because that rhyme, but for real, I think he still sees me as that person, and I have to remind him a lot of times that I cannot do the things I used to do, and I don't know if it registers to him like that. Car, 2002. What car was I driving? Okay, so right before Marcello went back to prison, I used to have a Grand Am. Me and Marcello, that was part of our relationship was working on that Grand Am, replacing the carpet, trying to fix the paint. His cousin had to bust my window, so we were trying to we were trying to, I don't know, that was part of our bonding time. We would be outside and we would be fixing on his car. And it was this one magical night that they played. We had an underground radio station. I don't know if you're in Orlando, Florida, or ever been to Orlando, Florida. They had the underground with Dog Man. It was Red Dog. It was Baby Lack, Florida, Baby Lack, Florida. And it was some other White Dog. It was several of them. And they basically would pirate the radio station, right? And on Sundays, they would try to do the quiet storm. And they were playing Slowed Down. Now, in Florida, back then, well, I guess it didn't originate from Florida, but we used to listen to slow down music. I remember when my family would come from Chicago, they was like, "Is your battery going to bed? Like, why is like you remember how your Walkman would slow down when the battery was dying? That's how they thought it was. But no, we actually listened to slow down music. Oh, my favorite slow down song was I Caught You Sleep around on me. Late night wanna hang out, I caught you in them streets. And then mama told me, what she say? Be careful, some. Just in case I get a flat, you should always have a spare girl. But anyways, I got off track. Cadillac get off track. Dog man, they were playing Slow Down, Rick James, Ebony Eyes. So it was, I bet you didn't know that ebony eyes, I love you. Bet you didn't know that girl. Oh my gosh. It was so magical. Me and Marcella were outside painting the car, and it was just it was just a moment. Ebony Eyes. And I do to this day do not like listening to Ebony Eyes like regular pace. I have to listen to it slowed down. But that was the Grand Am. And then I had got a Thunderbird from what was it called? Low dollar cars or something. He sure was low dollar. He was low down for real. But I was so excited that I had got this car. It was with my little reimbursement check from my college days when I was in college the first time. And I needed to go get a car, but Marcello did find a job with my dad doing construction. So he was like, "Don't go get the car without me. Let me go with you because you know how they try to get over on women and this and that." I was like, "No, Marcello, I got it. I was an independent woman for real." Even back then, I was very independent. So I was like, he's gonna be so excited when he sees this Thunderbird that I got. When he got home, he was like, "Keita, what the heck is this? Why did you come home with this piece of crap?" And I'm like, "Piece of crap? I got a good deal." That thing only lasts me 30 days, right? So then I remember I was working at KFC and my mama and my dad had bought me a Buick Regal. Yes, a Buick Regal. And they came through the drive-through. I was running drive-through. And I'm like, "Who car y'all in?" And it was like, "It's your car." So I get out and run out the restaurant and I got to go see the car, whatever. So I was driving a Buick Regal at that time. So it was kind of, I had cars back to back because that Grand Am, that was my baby. I almost cried when I had to get rid of that Grand Am. And then my mama had donated it to the Blind Society. Not knowing years later I would become blind, but they used to back then, you could donate cars and the proceeds I think would go to the Blind Society. And then you could write it off on your taxes. So today I drive a Kia Forte. Girl, and it's brown, right? Is that brown? It's a brownish color. I don't know, girl. But yeah, I'm driving a Kia Forte. I had a Kia Optima until our daughter Money said, "Let me borrow your car." She had the Forte and I had the Optima. And she borrowed my car and I never got my car back. So that's the difference between then and now. Another difference, in 2002, I had a 1-year-old daughter. Well, she was a few months and then she turned 1 in June of 2002. I now have a 24-year-old daughter, a 3-year-old granddaughter, and a 1-year-old grandson. So that's the difference between then and now. And yes, because my husband's wrongful conviction was so lengthy, and I never left his side, I was not able to have more children. Now, starting in 2002, I did not know this would be how it would be. I thought, give me 5 years, this story gonna be broken. He's gonna be home, and then we can pick up where we left off. I wanted 5 kids. So from 2002 to, I used to count down. I would be like, oh, well, I'm only 30. I think I still can have kids. Oh, I'm only 35. Because my mother, me and my little sisters are far apart in age. So I'm like, from my age to my mother's age, I think she was in her mid 30s when she had her last kids. So I'm like, I could still have kids. And then I went to the woman's doctor and I'm like, does everything still work down there? And she's like, so have you been trying? I'm like, no, I'm not doing anything. She's like, so why would you ask me if it worked if you ain't even doing nothing? And I had to tell her. Well, did I tell her that my husband in prison? I don't think I did. But she was like, just have this conversation with me once you're over 40. I'm over 40 now. I'm 44. But I did just see some people that had children at 50. But the problem is I no longer believe that I'm gonna break his story and he be free any earlier. I let that belief go because it hasn't happened in so long. So now we're going with his original release date, which is 2038. So by 2038, I will be in my mid 50s. I don't think it would be possible. But yes, I started letting that go. It was hard, it was difficult. It's hard seeing everybody around. It seems like because you want babies, everybody around you you see having babies. And then working at I worked at Walmart for 11 years, and then I worked at the theme park 11 years now, but it's going on 12 years. And those two places, you see full families. You see the families shopping together. You see the families in the theme parks together, having their dinner together, having fun together. And you're like, why can't I have that life? Like, why is it so hard? It seems so simple. But, and it's what I want more than anything. But it's so difficult for me to have that. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It seems like it's the smallest, simplest things in life just to have my husband free. But for me, it's an impossible. It's equivalent to me winning the lottery. So that has been hard. But I think the only thing that kind of healed that wound is time and my grandchildren, because having grandchildren are just like having your babies. But at first, I was like, I used to be like how I said, I would count down. Okay, I'm only 30. I'm only 35. And I was like, I know my daughter better not have no child before I have a second child. And then when it happened, I almost broke down. I'm like, you know what? You're a grandmother now, so you have to let it go. Yeah. I used to think about adopting. I don't know. I no longer have it at the top of my priorities to adopt, but yeah. So I got a little long-winded. Maybe I'll do a part two to this. This is kind of cool this way. But I think it would work better if I did write notes, but girl, I ain't got time to write notes. I only get the notes out when I actually have like extra time, which is not too often. But it could be like a little series, like how was communication in 2002 versus communication with your incarcerated loved one in 2025? The differences, because there's a lot of difference in the communication from then to now. Um, yeah, but All right, guys. I will talk to you later. It's your girl Cadillac. Oh, girl, if you wanna help me, might as well plug it in. Please check out his petition, girl. Y'all know I links it on TikTok on the comment section. I always be linking his petition. I don't know if I really be get. I got a few new signatures, but please help your girl out. And if you signed it, if you can't sign it no more, girl, share it. I gotta get that back going, cause though I have let go faith that he's gonna come home early, I don't have the final say. God has the final say. So it's just I'm letting the hope for it go, but who knows what the Lord has in store. So if you feel compelled to help, because with help, we could get this overturned. It's just I know I can't do it on my own. But check out that petition. If it's on YouTube, it'll be in the description box. All right, guys. It's your girl Cadillac.